Okay, so I'm sitting in front of a fire right now, outside, so this is a first for me. Anyways, my own pain and my own story led me to the line of work which I currently work in. That very fact allowed me to find gratitude within my own dark story. That many who know me from close friends and family, even past therapists, they know nothing about. It allowed me to meet people who share different stories, but share the same pain, even though they came from different places. Within this pain, I finally opened up about secrets buried in a non-judgmental environment. It allowed me to heal. So this spoken word is about stories that might never be heard. A lot of the time, the results of these stories are riddled with outsiders' judgments. We all have our stories, all of us. More often than not, it's the result of those stories. That is the only thing that is ever seen, sans the story itself. Here's two of those stories. She was abused as a child, over and over and over, physically, sexually, and emotionally. When she was a teen, she never could understand why she was never loved, and although she emitted a light brighter than any star above, among the many friends she had, she always felt alone. A room full of people caged within broken secrets originating from a broken home were her walls. No one ever seen her fall because she never did. At least not in front of them. But she couldn't get rid of the false truth that plagued her. She's worthless. When it finally did come to the surface, instead of numbing it with drugs, no one saw it coming. She was gone. Another half-written song, the first verse, and the only verse, was just taking too long. There was no chorus. And of course, this is sad, but it's not sad when it's an addict raiding a pad when they have no means to find an escape outside of death. Not justifying actions, but instead finding understanding. This girl who took her own life never did turn to substance. Those who do suffer the same way and just kill themselves slower, and there's an abundance of hate because of blindness to the problem. But we only recognize the problems and the so-called solutions that we can accept, and while we never really resolve them, we cling to what is perceived as normal, with fear that we'll be put in check if we step out of that box. We rightfully grieve her tragic story and its result. We empathize, sympathize, our hearts hurt, and we shed tears, as we should, because she was a beautiful human who deserved more. See, something we so easily forget or don't even consider in the first place is that he is lost too. That addict raiding a pad, he has a story too. He was born in love, but it was love of a drug. Born addicted to H, an addict before he had aged, barely had food on his plate. Too soon for him was too late. Finally taken away, put in a home when he was 8, when it seemed like he was finally saved, he was yet to face his worst fate. Beaten and bruised was his norm. Merely waking up was his storm. He clung to the idea of being warm. The most severe punishment was being born. Now we see him on the street, ragged, shoes hanging off his feet, now copying his own age so he can finally meet his expectation of love. It's all he ever knew, always was. And the perfect people laugh and play off each other's judgments. Vidcams out, look at this show, I love this. While bleeding out disgust. Disgust. We must stop separating people's reactions to trauma. Let's stop categorizing and creating drama around people's pain. Addiction is a reaction. Avoidance is a reaction. Suicide is a reaction. It's not about the substance or any other action that people take. Open your blind eye. The only thing that matters is the answer to the only question that should be asked, and that is why. Within the why, there lies the story. If you are struggling in any way, contact me and give me the honor to walk with you through your pain. I don't judge, I only love. This is us. There will always be us. With love.